Gaá was a leader of the military in the old Oyo Empire during the 18th century, whose numerous victories expanded Oyo Empire to the utmost part, covering the river Niger in the north, part of Topa, Nupe and Boriba kingdoms. These feats earned the warrior the chieftaincy title of Basorun, installed upon him by Alofin Labisai, the 26th Alofin of Oyo, whom unfortunately happened to be the shortest-reigned Alofin, ruling for just 17 days before he was made to commit suicide through the connivance of Basorun Gaá and the Oyo Mesi. This part would be explained more as this recap continues. Gaá is known for having his siblings and sons as part of his warriors, and he allows them to head each district as his ambassadors. This enables him spread his reach across the Oyo Empire, even though this was not within his powers to decide. Basorun Gaá, after inspecting his prisoners of war, he keeps a physically strong-looking Nupe warrior, e.g., and also gets attracted to a beautiful Nupe woman named Zainab, the queen of Nupe, whose husband, the king of Nupe, was beheaded by Gaá. Zainab gives Gaá a condition before she could willingly accept to love him, but Gaá would not accept any condition from a common slave, so he chased her out of his bedroom. Shosho is Gaá's chief priest, who always fortifies him with mysterious powers and makes him the most dreaded chief in the land. It's the day Gaá's household celebrate a new titleship ceremony. This is also the day Gaá presents his children and sibling staff of office as ambassadors at different Oyo Empire, the responsibility that is reserved by custom and tradition only for the Alofin. Gaá appoints his immediate younger brother Olukuhaya as his ambassador Ibodon. He appoints his eldest son Olaton as his ambassador in the land of the Homayi, and others except his youngest brother named Eliobu, who is a drunkard and black sheep of the family. Alofin Lobizi heard about this infringement and orders 3 of his chiefs to Gaá's residence. After delivering Alofin's message summoning Gaá to his palace, Gaá angrily kills 2 of the chiefs in cold blood but spares the life of one of the chiefs, who he sends back to other chiefs and forces Alofin Labisi to commit suicide. The first and the last son of Gaá, Oleton and Oyemekan, are best of brothers who love being together, while Oleton is sent to the Homayi as ambassador. Oyemekan is also sent there to learn to be a warrior. Oyemekan's lover is Princess Agboin, who is the daughter of Prince Abiaden, who later become Gaá's appointee to the throne of Alofin. The 2 lovebirds cannot get enough of each other, and Oyemekan uses every opportunity to express his love for Agboin till he embarks on a trip to the Homayi. There is unanimous hatred among Gaá's 4 wives towards Zainab ever since their husband began having an affair with the slave, and the eldest among the wives, Aimba, uses every opportunity to taunt Zainab, calling her worthless slave. Gaá wants to rescue Zainab from his wife's grip when they gather to beat her. Gaá appoints Awambiaju as the new Alofin after he offers him 3 conditions, which include, firstly, all tributes in gifts from other kingdom under Oyo Empire that are by custom and tradition should go to the Alofin directly should be brought to Gaá's residence before he gives Alofin his share. Secondly, Iyalode, who happens to be Owambiaju's sister-in-law, would be relieved of her chieftaincy title, and thirdly, Idwan Asiko, who is Gaá's younger sister, would take the place of Iyalode. Owambiaju agrees to all these 3 conditions and he is installed as the 27th Alofin Oyo. Days later, Gaá requests for Alofin Owambiaju to come to his residence, but surprisingly when the king arrives, Gaá orders him to prostrate and pay homage to him, but Alofin Awambiaju vehemently refuses this affront from Gaá. This leads to the king dying through a mysterious snake bite in his sleep. Gaá appoints Agboluaje as the next Alofin to succeed Awambiaju, but after few days, Agboluaje commits suicide after refusing to accept bowing for Gaá. The Oyo Mesi summons Mojohoga to become the next Alofin as instructed by Gaá, but Mojohoga, knowing how the former kings died mysteriously, he seeks metaphysical powers from the spirits to fortify him against being killed. After then, he agrees to become the new king. This period, Oyemekan is still in the Homayi with his elder brother learning battle skills and how to become a strong warrior. One day, Agboin with her friends are passing by when Ilubu, Gaá's youngest drunkard brother, harasses her, but Agboin escapes from his grip, and this makes his father Prince Abiadhon report the incident to Gaá. Gaá pleads for mercy and promises to deal with Ilebu. It's from this place Gaá's immediate younger brother Olukohaya expresses his desire to marry Agboin, and Gaá accepts. Oyemekan and his brother Olaton arrive to Oyo a day to the marriage ceremony, and when Oyemekan hears that it is his beloved Agboin that would be married to his uncle, he feels so bad, but there is nothing he could do about it. On the day of the ceremony, Alofin Mojohoga calls for a one-on-one fight to death show among Gaá's household and Alofin fighters. Oyemekan, boiling with anger, quickly comes forward to represent Gaá's household, while the prisoner of war from Nupe, Iji, comes out to challenge him. Everyone including Gaá see this as a mismatch, but Alofin would not bother as both engages in a fight that Oyemekan almost lost his life but for timely intervention of his elder brother, Onisigan, who picks up Oyemekan's sword and pierces through Iji's belly. Iji too uses his sword to pierce through Onisigan's Sigan's neck and both died instantly. This angers Gaá so much and he cries and mourns dead son. Shosho is seen tending to Oyomekon's injuries he sustained fighting Iji. He places some ointment to Oyomekon's nose which allows him to slip off instantly to enable his wounds heal faster. Later that day, Gaá violently attacks his priest Shosho for not doing enough to kill Aleafin Magehugger. Shosho gives Gaá a mysterious bow. Later in the night, Gaá shoots it at Magehugger and this leads to the king's death, but his mysterious bow has negative implication on whoever shoots it because of the metaphysical powers protecting Magehugger. Gaá's arm and legs become paralyzed. All Shosho's effort to make Gaá well proves abortive and his fighters keeps lifting him from one place to another to perform his function. Gaá makes Abiaden the next Olefin, and for some months, Oyo Empire remains peaceful until Agboin returns with a child from Ibadan after the death of her husband. This makes her and Oyomekon rekindle their love affair. But Gaá, even in the state of paralysis, insists in taking Agboin as his wife. This extremely angers his wives and Olukohe leaves Oria for 10 days. Some days later, Shosho finds a cure for Gaá's paralysis which involves using Agboin as sacrifice. Yes, Gaá gets the cure and healing he desperately wants, but this incident breeds resentment towards Gaá from every member of his household. When Oyomekon hears about the death of his lover, he quickly returns to Oria. That same day, Alofin Abiaden reaches out to Eri Onakakonfo to support him in waging a war against Ga, who kills his daughter Agboin. Late in the night, Oyomekon picks up Shosho, ties him to the tree and uses knife to pierce through his stomach until he dies. He also attacks his father while he was asleep, but Gaá's guard quickly came to his rescue and Oyomekon is imprisoned. It's another night in another year. Gaá is celebrating his titleship as the Basorun with his entire household excluding Oyomekon, who is still in the prison. Oriri Onakakonfo leads some warriors into Gaá's residence and a fierce battle starts among Gaá's warriors and Oriri warriors. All Gaá's warriors, including every member of his family, died in this battle, but Oyomekon, who is also shot in the back, manages to run away to faraway Elerin. Gaá, together with one of his warriors, Bogi, are arrested and taken to Aleafin's palace. In his presence, Aleafin orders Elebu should be killed as he's part of Gaá's descendant. Gaá is later taken to the village square where he together with Begi are tied to a stake and burnt alive. The movie ends where Oyomekon is seen in Elerin with the Amir accepting him to begin a new life there with a new name, Bambo Balasha.